Yeah, good day. This is the continuation of our last video where we, send our item to the cart. So now what I want to do in this video is to update our total. We want to update our total, and I promised I'm going to do the CSS, the styling. So this is what I got for the styling. Like once I add it to the cards, I had this one also to the card, and I had the macaroni also to the cards. Once I click the cards, you see this is just the normal warning from React, saying that each child in the list should have a unique key. Yes, let me actually remove it. All that React is saying here is that I need to give a key to every item in our list. So let me remove that warning sign. I'll say value. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having problem with my keys. I'll say that's ID. Why is it still bringing out? Okay, the error has gone. Once I save it, let's see. I'm removing the warning here. Let me refresh the page. Let me add this to our cards. I add this to our cards and add this to our cards. I have 3 items inside of our cards. As you can see, the error is gone. So this is not actually why we are here. This is not the reason why we are making this video. It's just a normal warning. You can leave it, but it's a warning, though it might affect your project. So it's better you handle those warning signs. So now this is what I want to do. Now I've styled it. I showed you people how to get this things like the material UI icon. That's what I used. I did a video about using the material UI icon. So if you're lost in this video, you can kindly go back to my previous video, then you might catch up from there before coming to this particular one that I'm going to be showing you guys. So now I have my styling this way. So what I want to do, I want to work on the increase button and the decrease button. And in a situation whereby I click on this button, it will update my 0 to 1. It all depends on how many times I choose to click on this button. So once I click on this button, if I click once, here will become 1, that it becomes 1. Then I will add a mathematical method in this tutorial, whereby once I click on the plus button, that's increase button, it will times my price. So once I click on 1, that means 6,000 times 1, it still means the 6,000. Once it's 2, that means 6,000 times 2, it will be 12,000. So my total will will update to 12,000. It all depends on the currency that you're using. But as time goes on, in one of our videos, I will show you how to implement, because I'm a Nigerian. So what we use is Naira, and we have our Naira sign just as the way any other persons have their own um, um, currency sign. So my own is Naira. We have Naira sign, but I will teach you how to implement it, not by using the hashtag. Hashtag is not the Naira sign, but I'm going to teach you how to implement that. But all I want you to get in this video is how to update our cards. And here again, we have our delete button. Maybe you ordered, or you put these things in the card, and you find out that the money you have in your account, because I'm going to implement the payment method also in this series. So like you want to remove, maybe you find out that the money you have won't be able to get all these things, so you have to remove one from your card, or remove some items from your card rather. Then all you need to do is to just click on this delete icon. That's the delete button. It will now remove from your card. That's if you want to remove it totally. But in a situation whereby maybe in this macaroni, you ordered for like 4 portions of the macaroni, but you later found out that you don't have enough money to pay for that macaroni, so you want to remove like 1 portion out of the portions you have in your cart. All you just need to do is to click on this negative sign, then it will go out from your cart. So please, if you're just watching my video for the first time, please kindly, the reason why I've not done video for some days now is not encouraging. My viewers are very, very, but this is what I love doing. I choose to do it. So please kindly share. Most especially, you just need to share. Even don't just view the video, share the video so that it will get to people that are looking for something like this. I believe that once you share it, it will get to so many people. And you can also you can comment, so that my page will be active. So that's it. And if you're seeing it on YouTube, please kindly subscribe to my channel. So let's dive into it. So what I'm going to do now is to come to our context API. I will create a function, and these are the functions that I'm going to create. I'm going to create the increase and the decrease function, then the delete function. Yes. So now what I'm going to do is to come here, come below our Moodle, close Moodle. I will call this increase. Increase. No, let me make it increase. Then I'll give it an ID. I'll do the same thing for decrease. Let me name this one. Okay, decrease. Decrease. And let me call this one delete item. I'm going to call it delete item. Delete item. So now I have this function. So I'm going to give it, put the values here. I'll call this increase this dot increase. Then I will do for the decrease, I'll call it decrease. Hope I'm spelling it right there. Then I'll say this, and I will say decrease. So the last one will be delete item. Then I'll say equals to this dot delete item. Now we have it in our state. So let me console log something. I'll call this one log. I'll call it increasing the item. Increasing the item on this. What I'm trying to do here is I want to see if the buttons are working, so that we'll know what to do next. I'll say here decreasing the item. I'll call this one delete item from our list. Oh, sorry. Deleting the item from our list. Deleting the item from our list. Okay. So we have this function. So what I'm gonna do here is to come to our cart. If you can remember, we have a value here. So I'll call this the delete. Let me see, what name did I call this? I call it increase. Copy. I have the decrease. Copy. Then I paste it. And I also have the delete. I don't know why this thing is still showing me the red lines, but I know I'm doing it right. Let me see why this thing is still showing the red sign. Increase is okay. So see, I didn't put comma, so I'll save it. Then now I have my function inside of our value. So now what I'm going to do now is to initialize it. That's I'll come here where we have 0 here. I will call it, remember, initially our counter is 0, but once you add it to the cart, it becomes 1. So I will say my value dot count here. Copy value dot count. Let me see. In our data, I call it the count. So I'll copy it and add it here. Remember, we don't have the counts. So now, remember where we have the counts, we have it inside of our carts in the states where we, in the context API where we have carts rather. So I will say, then I have counts is equals to my value dot carts. Yes. So now I have my carts. So if I save it, you will see that my cart will now become, my count will now become 1 in our carts. So don't worry, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So now I have my button. So the first button that I have is the decrease button, but I'm going to use the on-click event. Yes, I'll say on-click. So what do we want to do here? I'm going to use the arrow function. But I want to access this. Let me copy it, the decrease, copy it and put it here. Then my bracket, I will probably remember I have the value dot ID. So I will do the same thing for the increase. I'll copy this. I'll do the same thing for the increase. So now I'll call this increase. So we have this done. What else do we need to do? I think that's all. Okay, I didn't put the ID. I didn't put ID. Oh, I think, hold on. Okay, I don't need this. I don't need this. Since I can access it from here. I can access it from here, the cart's values. I can access it inside of our cart. So I simply don't need this. But I don't know why my increase is not showing. Let me see if I don't put it well. See, it's not working. So it will, please work. So I'll do the same thing for the deletes. Let me copy. I think I'm not in. Okay, I made a mistake in the spelling. That's why it's showing me is increase. So I'll come here to put here increase. So in our delete, I'll do the same thing. The on click, I'll call this the delete. Delete. What name did I call it? I call it delete item. Make sure your spellings are correct, not especially when you are importing from one component to another, so that you won't get error. So I'm going to call this the delete. Yes, I'll say value.id. So now I'm going to save it and go back to, hold on, it's compiling. So I'm coming back to our browser. For now, it's empty, but there's something I need to do. I need to create a button where I don't need to be coming here to, remove our router. Our routing. Then, I just need to put a button to route to our main page. So now let's see. I love this. I'm going to add it to the cart. I'm adding it to the cart. I'm also adding this to the cart. So I have 3 items in our cart. Let's see the items. You see? So you see now the count now becomes 1. Yes, now becomes 1. If you can remember in our carts where we, send these things to our carts, I I updated our in cards to 1. So now we have this. So I want to click on this button. You will see I will get what we call increasing the item on our list. If I decrease it, you see decrease the item on our list. That means our buttons are working correctly, or should I use perfectly? So now I'll come back to our context.api where our codes are. So let me start. Should I start with the increase? Yes, let me start with the increase. So I will call this const increase value. Let me put this value is equals to, so I will say dot dot dot. That's the spread operator. I've taught you about the spread operator. So I'll say this dot states dot our cards. Remember, we have the cards. CRCARCS. So now, sorry, I don't know where this component came out from, but it's not component, it's this dot states dot cards. This simply means that all the item inside of our cards, we are putting it here. You understand? So now we want to increase our cards. That's want to update the value. Yes. So what I'm going to do here is, so remember, we have the utility ID. So I think I should just copy it. No need, it's, I want to do something. I want to put it below. I want to put it below our add to carts. Yes. So now I will copy this. Remember, we have the utility ID already. I know someone will be saying that's a bad practice, but I'm very sorry about that because it's on our screen already. For me typing, it will take, I don't want this video to be long. So I just copy from here and paste. No need for, writing too much codes. All you just need just copy and paste. So now I have my index of. I told you what the index is all about. If you still want to know more about the index, you can Google index of, then you understand what the index is. I've told you before. So now I'm still going to copy here because now we have the index. So now what are we going to do? What I want to do here is I want a situation whereby once I increase the button, once I click on the increase button, it will update in our total. That's it with times the counter, the counter times our price. So I will come here to say, okay, products dot price. Okay, no, product dot count. Let me count it first. To product count is equals to product dot count plus 1. So now I want to increase our button. So now the button, once you click on the button, it will, increase by 1. So now that I've increased the button, so what do I want to do? What I want to do is I want to make the price equals, the price times our count. So I will come here to say products, the price is equals to sorry about the product, the soda is equals to products, the price times products dot what do we want? That's the price that counts. So now this will simply, once I click on the button, our total will, update to whatever the button that will click on. So let's say the price is 6,000. Let's say product price is 6,000 times 2. This is what this simply means. So now I have this. So now I'm going to change the states. So I'll say this, the set states, now I have my set states return. Then what do I need to do now? I'll say my cards. I want to update the cards. I'll say my cards, then dot increase. I call it increase. Remember, that's the name we call it. Increase value. Yes. So let me see if our program is working the way we want it to work. Wow, I have error. It's saying ID is not, yes, sorry, I didn't put ID here. So I have the ID. Once I save it, the error will, why is it saying add item to cart? Where? Add item to cart. Okay, sorry. You see one thing about copying and paste. I forgot to, change this value also. I'm sorry about that. So I'll save it. You see our error will wipe out. So now let's see. It's gonna work. Let me remove this. I promise you I'm going to stop this behavior. It's a bad behavior. Coming here to remove from the routing. So I will add this to cards. I will add this also to the card. I have this also to that. So now we have 4 items in our cards. So let's work on this. Let me see if I increase it. Wow, it's working, it's updating. Man, you see, that simply shows that 6,000 times 2 is equals to 12,000. So let's say I should I call this soup? I don't even know the name I called it. Maybe I'll go back to this to get the information about the goods. About the product. So once I click like 3, it gives me 13.5. That's 4, 5, 4,500 times 3 is 13,500. That's for the increase button. So now let's do the same thing for the decrease button. But what I want to do again, there's a logic I want to show you. In a situation where you can, if you don't want to remove, if you don't want to delete it from here, you can also delete it from here. Like once once I started, as you can see, it's 3. So once I click on this thing 4 times, that means it will go back to the initial um, value where we have our in cart to be 0. That I will remove it from our cards. You understand? So once it counts, like once it's counted 3 times, it's going to go off from our cards. So I'll show you the logic that I'm going to be using here. So our increase is okay. So now let's go to our decrease. Then I still need to do this. Sorry for the bad behavior. I'm sorry about it, but if you still want to know how I got this, you go back to my previous video, then you understand what I am doing here. So I'll call it decrease. I will say decrease. So I will do the same thing here. I'll paste it here. I'll call this, remember we didn't remember to change this in our increase. So now we have the decrease value. Why is it still showing? So what I want to do here is I'll say if is a conditional statement. I think I've taught you guys about the conditional statement, but I'll go back and check. If I haven't, I promise you I'm going to teach you about the conditional statement. We have the if statement, we have the ternary operation. We have so many of them. So I will take out time to teach you about that. So now I will say my products. If my products dot count is equals 0. Yeah, somebody asked me, the person chatted me and said, why using the 3 equals to sign instead of 2? I think that's, I don't need to talk about it for this tutorial. When I'm doing the ternary, the conditional statement, I will show you the reason why you use the 3. You can also, I can use the 2, but 3, I will show you by examples. I will also do examples, you will see. But let's leave that. So I say if my product dot count is equals to 0, what do I want to do? I will carry this function, that's the delete function. I don't want to use the delete function. The delete function will, okay, I still need to create a function. I will call it remove function. Let me call it remove function. I'll call it equals to so the remove function is just as simple as saying our cart in that item should be empty. All I just need to do is just to say set, okay, this is the set state, this dot set state. So I'll return my cards should go back to empty array. Yes, sorry. Should go back to empty array. So I'll come here and implement it here. I'll say this does remove. Give it the ID. Yeah, I don't need ID. Yeah. Should I give it ID? Okay. No, there's no need to give an ID here. Rather, there's no need to put ID here. So now I have the remove item. So I will come here, put it in, I'll say remove is equals to, I don't even need to put it here, but let me see. I don't need to put it in the state because I'm not going to use it in our components. But let me just put it, but I'm not going to use it. So now I have the remove item. So let's continue with our decrease. So I will say else I will come here and copy everything here. I'll copy this. Copy this. I'll put it here. So this won't be plus again, this will become the negative sign. So what I need to do now is I will come here to set the state. I'll say set state. Still the same thing we did here. Then I'll put it like this. So I'll call this one the decrease value. Copy. So I have our decrease button running. So now I will save it. I'll save it. The same ID, context API 64. 64. See, I didn't use the ID again. I think it's because I am talking and I'm still typing. Sorry about that. One good thing about my tutorial is that I don't filter things. I don't edit. I will teach you how to treat bugs, how to treat errors, how to fix bugs rather. So now we have our delete item working. Just as I said before, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to do it. Maybe in our next video, I will just do it just the way I'm doing it. And my CSS, if you want to see my CSS, I'll drop in this description where you can go to my Git, then you get my my work. So now I have 3 items inside of our cart. So once I increase, you see it's 18,000. I want to decrease. You will see, wow, decreasing. It has come back to 9,000. It has come back to the normal thing. Oh, I make this one 0. Sorry, I made a mistake. I would have, I want to remove it totally, but it's something I can fix. So what I need to do is I think I should use uh, I will come back to this. I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this. I will definitely come back to this. But for now, just get the check of what I want to do. So let me remove the I don't think I will take this remove item down to, but don't worry, I know what I'll do. Just don't worry. So now let's work on our delete item. So I'll say now I want to delete item. I'll say cons delete from, let me give you the name that we can actually get used to. I'll say from cats, I'll say this dot states dot cats. So I have the cats. I will still come here to say cons delete from, and then the cons delete from, let me call this product. I'll say this, I'll say this, sorry, dot this, the states, the products. Is it? Okay, it's called products. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the filter. Yes, I will come here to say, let's filter item. Let's filter item is equals to delete from carts. Delete from carts. Dot filter. Filter. Then I'll give it a value. So I will say what I want to do now is I will say where the ID is not equals to the ID, you should remove from our cards. So I'll say value that ID is not equals to our ID. Put the ID here. So now we have our stuff running. So remember we have our utility ID. That utility ID, it just came into my head, and I said instead of doing the same thing in every function, why not create an functional ID. So all you just need to do is just to pick it and put it in wherever you want to use it. That's why I love JavaScript. It gives room for manipulations. So I'll come here, I'll copy it, let me put it here. So I'll call this the delete product. So I'll do the same thing. Let me copy it. So I'll call it this So now what I want to do now, because I'm deleting, so I will take everything back to their initial states. So what I'm going to do now is, because I am tired of typing, I will come here, pick these guys here. So I'll put them here. See? So this one will go back to false. And this one will go back to the initial value, which is what's it called? 0. So I will now set my states. I'll say this is the set states. Set. This is a set states. And there's something I want to say. Normally, all we are doing here is the front end. We haven't started doing the back end. So in this our cards, this place, what we were supposed to do is to send this thing to the front, to the back end where we have our database. So once this thing is sent to our database, everything we are doing here, the updating, will go to the database. So if we want to get our items, what we need to do is to do the get the get we have the post, we have the get, we have the delete, we have the updates. So we are supposed to get it from our back end. So I just want to show you how the whole thing looks, but maybe in our next video, I'm going to transport these guys to the back end. Maybe we'll be using the Axios, to post it to the back end. Then we'll get it using the Axios also to get it to our front end. So now what I'm going to do now is return. I'm going to return. Then what am I going to do here now? I'm going to say I want to change the value. So I'm going to use remember we have the product. The product is equals to delete from products. Delete from products. Products. And we'll still have the cats. Still have the cats. I'll say cats is equals to filter item. Okay, it's item, sorry. So yes, we are good to go. So let me save it. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have bug. I didn't spread it. I'm gonna spread it. So it says so now let me go back. We have this, and we have this. Let me go to my cards. Let me see if our delete is working. You see, the delete is working. So now we are good to go. I want to, but first, I'll be coming back. I want to get some glass of water. I am very, very dehydrated. I will pause the video to go inside the kitchen to get water. I'm coming. I'll be back soon. So I'm back. I think what we will do is if we use this remove function, if we use the remove function, once we click on the button, once it gets to 0, it will remove everything in our cart. Yes, because I return the cart to be an empty array, so it will remove everything in our cart. So that is not what we want. So what I'm going to use is our delete function that we just, that we created here. So I will come here to say, let me remove this. I'll say this delete item. Delete item, then I'll put the ID here. I think. And another thing, I will make this one. I'll make this one. If our count is equals to 1, the button should remove the stuff from my phone is ringing. I'm coming. Hello. Sorry, I'm going to end this video here, and I will see you in my next video. So please, if you found this video very, very helpful, please kindly like, share, and comment. But most especially, I love it to be shared. I love it to be shared. I'm serious, so that it will get to so many people. I'm really, really giving my time, to get to do this video. So please kindly subscribe if you're in YouTube. You're seeing it on YouTube. Kindly subscribe, and we'll see in the next video. But I told you in our next video, I'm going to do the back end. My phone is ringing. The lines are buzzing. So I will see you in our next video. Bye bye for now.